Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all to the weekly lecture series called Colloquy. And I would like to introduce you to the speaker of today's talk. He is Professor Shashank Muske. Professor Muske is the head of the Department of Polymer and Surface Engineering, and he is also the fellow of Maharashtra Academy of Scientists. Let me tell you one thing, that he has over 150 publications in his name. Apart from that, he has lots of industrial projects such as Unilever Industries, Ovitstro, right? And let me tell you the topic of today's presentation. The topic is polymers for automotive application. Yeah. His ongoing industrial projects are development of thermoplastic polymer, then Unilever Industries Limited's chain enhancement of post-consumer recyclate and their applications. Cellulose induces polyethylene films as alternative to PET films. At Coaster Germany, just now, as I have mentioned, you has project with them. The title is CUPC for cold storage application. Also, he has industrial projects with Rackwick Bench, Health Limited, then SDKDCH Nagpur, then Evonik Industries AG, Center for Energy Biosciences, that's BBPICT-CB, DST of Government of India, and also Board of Research in Nuclear Science, India. He got certain national awards such as Innovation in Green Polymeric Materials and Products by the Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India. He also received this award at our own ICT Mumbai, and is also technical experts in the field like Plastic Waste Committee, Maharashtra Pollution Control Board, Single Plastic Use, Environmental, Ministry of State of Maharashtra Government, and he is also the member of governing the Society for Polymer Science India, Solvent Extractors Association of India, and also he is an advisory member. He is a vice chairman of IPI Mumbai, and then advisory member of BioPack International. So let me ask, may I request Professor Muske to start his discussion for today's topic, polymers for automotive application. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Kapil. Hope I am audible to you all.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Good. Good. So, thank you, Kapil. You have given an extensive intro of mine. Yes, I do agree. The things which you have talked about. And now it's 25 more years I am with the ICT. That is the basic introduction of mine to be from my undergraduate to HOD position of this department. So 1996 I have joined this institute. Anyway, with that, let me talk to you on a subject which is of interest to you all probably. And I'll give you more of briefings and glance in that subject rather than presenting any research scheme or any research data, because all people, those who are in audience probably may not be from polymers, but they have their different expertise and the inclination. But the topic which I'll be talking to you today, which will be give you a brief and the more introductory part to a day-to-day concern, which is related to the automotive parts and how the automotive industries and how the automotive industries could able to shuffle or a change because of the involvement of the polymer is my crux of the today's talk. So if you can allow me to share, yes. Yes, so I've shared my slide to you. Probably you could able to see the slide which I've shared. Everybody could able to see the PPT which I've shared.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Good. So the topic is polymers for automotive application, and why I want to give you the more information or more broadcast related to and the polymer specifically in automotive application. This is the recent news, exactly a 3 days back news, which has been there onto an open domain. The growing demand is like into and the increasing into and middle class and young population incomes into, so which was into and the financial year of 21, the total passenger vehicles production is been reached, and this is related to an India, our own country. I am talking to you the figures which are pertains to an Indian context and which is very near to us, rather than talking to a global figure, because we need to see our research or any our expertise how we can place it to our own country. So this is related to an Indian context, and the demand of the automotive sector and the automotive vehicles production is being reached very highly, though due to these pandemic situations. But one product which has been growing, it's nothing but the automotive sector. The current growth of automotive sector in India is nearly a 8% growth as compared to the last year's growth. So though there is a crunch in economics in the throughout the country, but the automotive sector is gaining up because of the certain demands, as everybody needs to go by their own vehicles or due to by their safeties and health issues and many more things. But the overall sector of automotive is been growing, and the opportunity lies with this sector is like considered to be the India will be a leader in shared mobility in 2030, providing the opportunities for electrical and autonomous vehicles. And the focus of Indian market will be shifting from fuel operated vehicles to an electric vehicles to reduce the emission, as well as it has a certain advantage related to the certain economy also. And the electrical vehicle industry is likely to be create a 5 crore job by 2030 in the country. It is all anticipation with certain data associated to. It is not only terms which are being talked about. And the FDA inflow in automotive sector in India is nearly talked about and 20.5 billion US dollar in 2000 to 2020. It was been anticipated, and government of India is expected to be 8 to 10 billion USD investment to an country by 2023. And these are the very recent news, authenticated news, which I've flashed you at my first slide. To know you all, you will be listening to a topic which will be of interest to every one of you in the audience. Maybe you are not from the materials background or a polymer background, but at the end of it, this is an integral part of the story. And that's why the polymers to be known, which goes into an automotive, and why it has been growing. The automotive sector is growing because of certain reasons, and one of the crucial part and one of the crux is the material replacement from automotive to enhances the fuel efficiency and durability and many more. And that material is nothing but a polymer. And that polymer, which you consider once the term is an polymer, then it has a plastic, adhesives, paints, inks, then printing films and many more. Overall, the term polymers, which we talked about, where the plastics is the major player. And why the plastic is been going into an automotive, it is not just a lightweight. And as it is a lightweight and a good strength ratio, and that's why it is been positioned into an automotive, is not the only reason. It is one of it, but it is a cost effective in comparison with other materials used in automotive. the fabrication and the customization, this fabrication of a plastics as well as the customization of the compounds and the components or atoms, it's very much easy in a plastics body as compared to the metal or other ceramics or any other materials used in automotive. The flexibility of the design is much more easy and cheaper. To machine a metal part, you need it to involve certain economics into, whereas in plastics is quite easy because it has a certain flexibility due to which you can mold it or remold it so easily. And the most important part which taken place into a certain areas of application in automotive sector is because of its superior insulator. So it is a bad conductor of heat and electricity, and due to this peculiar parameter of a plastics, it gained up into a major application into an automotive part. And over the PPT, I'll let you know where these all polymers is going in. Then, as I've talked about, strength is good. Then chemical resistance here, which we talked it as a term of chemical resistance, is more related to an fuel resistance, because plastics is not only going into an interior and exterior, but it is going to the engine parts and under bonnet part. It absorbs a good amount of impact, and it has a certain elasticity. So as any elastic material has a tendency to go for a better impact strength, that way it is a cascading one. As material is elastic, it has a better impact property, so it has a good flexibility and impact. And for most is like, it is anti-corrosive material, it is a corrosion resistance material. It won't allow a corrosion to happen. The metal, though the metal has a strength, but due to corrosion, the strength loss is 23 to 25% over the period of 10 to 15 years age life is the scientific proof available even so. And that's why the corrosion resistance to plastics is good. And the polymers are a plastics which is not going on to only into one of the segment of automotive. If you consider from two-wheeler to three-wheeler to four-wheeler to SUVs to a multi-axle vehicles, in each vehicle type, this pictorial format just has given you to know it is not going into one of the segment of automotive. In start from the two-wheeler to a multi-axle utility vehicles or a heavy vehicles, polymer becomes the integral part of the automotive. And once it becomes the integral part of automotive, if you can see this slide carefully, it took nearly a 15% share of a total materials used into any vehicle. So the total materials used into an vehicles, out of that, the plastic itself is the contribution of the 15%. So others is 9.7. In that case also, if you looked at it carefully, the adhesives and paints is a 3%. If you added this, it nearly 18%. So it is nearly a plain steel component which are been going into an automotive. Is that share is taken by a plastics or a polymeric mass. And that 15% of the plastics has a different portion of application which goes in. The highest application is with the specific reason, the highest application going into the interior trims. Interior trims which I am talking about is nothing but only for the decorative purpose. It is been going as an interior of any vehicle, which start from a three-wheeler vehicle to a four-wheeler vehicle, or a two-wheeler vehicle starting from a speedometers to. The interior parts is gaining up well. Why it is so? One of the properties is nothing but it is a insulating material. It is a bad conductor of heat and electricity. Considering that the metal sheet is a main material used into an automotive part, which absorbs heat. And once it absorbs heat, then it percolates or dissipates to interiors of the car or interiors of the vehicle, and due to which the load on your air conditioning appliance increased significantly. Though you need to consume a more energy to control the temperature, or you could not able to even control the temperature. These are the only two options may happen. Whereas in the plastics once start pierce in automotive application, from that day, due to its bad conductor of heat and electricity, the consumption, the energy consumption onto an air conditioning appliances has been reduced, and you can easily control the temperature for the longer period of a time. And that's why the plastics is going into and the interior trims or interior parts of the automotive. It is not just because of the aesthetically, it looks beautiful or you can decorate well and you can decorate with a lower in cost, and that's why people are been using a plastics as an interior in automotive. It is not the only reason. It is one of, because it is aesthetically good, it you can mold it into an any kind of shape and size. That is one peculiar property. Whereas on the most specific property which is been important here to talk about is interior of automotive is going because of the bad conductor of heat and electricity, which has been a specific property. That's why it is gaining a large segment and replacing the metal by the plastics into an automotive sector. There are certain other examples over the period of time. During my lecture, I'll let you know where all this polymer can go in. This figure is just to give you a ballpark number for anyone to know which all parts where you can easily make it by using a plastics. One, by right hand side of the slide shows you that. Whereas on the interesting part is to be looked into on the left hand side of the slide, and if you can see the total at the end, which is 105 kg. So more than 100 kg plastics goes into an one four-wheeler of the total weight. So you can consider that the amount of material is going into an one vehicle, which is more than 100 kgs with the different segment associated to. So you can see it like how great amount of research advancement is been required in the plastics or polymer to make more susceptible for such kind of application or replacement of metal bodies or ceramics or any other part, or by alloys, metal alloys, by the plastics is the area of great investigation to when people like us, though are from the fraternity of chemical engineering and technology part. And that to be a plastics is to be considered as one of the great investigation to be looked into if you are thinking as like the amount of material is going into, and that can be always increase rather than reduction to an weight, because as the plastics you are incorporating into an automotive part, you will be making it a much lighter vehicle. Definitely wherever you need it to have it and better strength, then you need to have it and metal part, which you cannot just replace everything by a plastic. For vehicles which you need to go through and certain norms of safety, but wherever there are a chance to make it and a great strength given by a plastic to a material, to a part and replace a metal, which has been going on and which is a current trend in the industry, and which has been current trend of investigation of a polymer to enhance its peculiar property by adding certain additive effect, blends, alloy, composites, and many more in academia or into an research fraternity. And which all are the major stakeholders? This all information I'm giving you at the start just because of that, because people, those who are from polymer probably know few of the things out of it, but people, those who are not been from the material science or materials engineering, they can know it like which material we are talking about and how the important of that material to be talked about. So these are the major stakeholders. These are the major players those who are been using a material which comes from and this kind of a manufacturers or a direct OEM suppliers too. So it is a quite a big business area considered to be from material science part. Okay, from this slide, I want to make you more clearer onto and one portion that whenever we talked about a plastic or a polymers goes into an automotive, people talked about more onto and going a hydrocarbon based resins, which are generally ethylenes, propylenes, certain styrenics, which is a polystyrene or acrylonitrile butadiene styrenes, or certain carbonates like polycarbonate, and then acrylates like methyl methacrylate, then styrene acrylonitriles, and that way. Whereas, if you see the forecast from 2020 nearly to and 26 in this coming 5 years, the polymer which is gaining a first position and which has been a practical part is nothing but an urethane. So polyurethane is now a lead material goes into an automotive rather than going polypropylene, polyethylenes, carbonates, styrenics or acrylates. Why it is so? Because the interior of the automotives is been quite replaced by a metal or other parts, and wherever there is an interior replacement, interior parts replacement, the more suitable material which comes from the class of a chemistry is urethanes. And when I talked about polyurethanes, then that time I'm talking about not only as an polyol isocyanates based ester linkage of urethanes, this will be a thermoplastic urethanes like TPU, blends of TPU, alloys of TPU, and the TPU based top coats. So considered to be an example of material which is been growing faster in automotive sector, we have to always talk about an polyurethane. So polyurethane is the material which is gaining a great importance into an automotive part. And this will give you like which all applications or which all locations, which all placements in which the polymer can fit into. Polymers are not only into an interior parts which everybody knew about, whether you are from the a field of polymers or not, but you know it like many atoms are being produced by plastics and which is the interior parts, exterior parts. But these two also you should not miss out to be, and they are going into a good tonnage and volume capacity of a polymers in this part, which is under the parts under the bonnet, which is heated area, and a complete engine part. The complete engine part are being used. I mean, there are certain examples where plastic is being used to replace these parts. So not only to interior and exterior of automotive, it goes into the under bonnet part where the continuous heat exposure subjected to, and the complete part is made out of plastics. So I'll be giving you an example of such a material and how it progressed through. This pictorial presentation, I made it just for an understanding into a shorter period of time, because talking about the peculiar properties and schemes and all will not give me a good leverage in a 1 hour's time to explain you everything. But this pictorial format will be easy to know like which all parts are. This is very easy to understand through. And the important part where I want to show you here into an underbody bonnet parts where the continuous heat subjected to, there are many parts which is being made out of plastics, which are generally a glass filled material. And when we talked about a glass filled material, we are talking about the borosilicate based chemical composition incorporated into an hydrocarbons or engineering thermoplastics to make it a component which is having a capability to withstand that temperature continuously for a larger period of time or a continuous exposure of time without changing its dimensional stability and the strength of the material. And one best example which are being tested here is nothing but a fuel tank. The fuel tank, first of all, you can, I mean, visualize the first example of a fuel tank was with the mopeds. TVS Scooty was the first two-wheeler which fitted with, I mean, which was when fitted with a polypropylene based fuel tank. But then now, even to a multi-axle heavy vehicles, the fuel tanks is made out of a plastic body. The advancement which has come into and this particular article is there are great amount of scientific involvement and churning of the subject happened and then reached to an application where the fuel, where the permeability resistance is the most crucial part to be achieved and the strength. So people have started using a fluorinated material, some kind of reinforcement to the material by which you can make it the tortuous path to follow by the vapors, by which the resistance will increase. But that was also not such a high where you could able to achieve a proper resistance or a foolproof resistance. So though the weight was being reduced and fuel efficiency was increased, but due to evaporation, the fuel loss was also nearly same. So overall, you could not able to achieve the fuel efficiency. So the technology come into the picture is nothing but the fluorinated polypropylene tanks. It is not a fluorinated material mixed with the polypropylene. It is a normal polypropylene which may be a homopolymer or copolymer of a polypropylene, which then fluorinated by using fluorine gas and increase its packing density of the storage chain. And due to which, as the packing density of the material gets increased, definitely the structure will look like a brick construction wall, and there the resistance will enhance significantly. And now the fuel tanks is completely replaced by the plastic body, and which is as simple as that, no alloy, no composites, it's a simple polypropylene. Just one more step of operations involved into, it's a fluorinated material, and due to fluorination the packing density of the material got enhanced and you could able to do this. This is the best picture. From this particular picture you can easily notice how the advancement of polymer is going on and why this gain of 15 to 18% of the total material is taking place by the plastics itself. Initially, all car bumpers were a metal part, and the bumpers, as we all know, is being used to give a safety from a shock. And that's why the stronger metal parts was being fitted to absorb that shock or to reduce the damage and not to percolate that shock to a passenger sitting inside the vehicle. However, the metal was a stronger body, but the issue was metal was dissipating that shock easily to other metal part, and which percolates further, and the severity of the damage could not able to control. So the material come into the picture was nothing but a polypropylene or a polypropylene compounded with butadiene styrene, some alloy of a plastic body ultimately at the end of it, fitted to a car as a bonnet and tested for the shock absorption, and it could able to give you a better capability of withstanding the shock by fitting a plastic replaced by a metal. There the metal bumper weight, which was whatever the X value, the plastic bumper weight was X minus 15, X minus 20. So the great amount of weight bearing of the car which you could able to save on, that was the first one. Shock absorption was good, that was a second one. And third one, the molding ability of the plastics with a different shape and the size was much more easy than that of the molding of the metal. So their manufacturing cost of bumper there you have said. So that was a third advantage, and due to which the throughout the globe whole bumper segment was being replaced by nanoplastics. So that is a great advancement. Whereas if you see this picture, which was probably you can easily notice, this was when the Maruti's 800 or Alto was been launched as an vehicle. Their black color bumper fitted onto the body rather than the metal bumper. But then now each and every vehicle, though from the lower hatchback segment to an sedan version to an SUV version, the bumpers are the body color bumper. So though it is a plastic body, but it is having a same shade and same color. When I'm talking about a same color, that you can easily do it by mixing some color into it, but same shade and same shine is the crucial part. And there also the polymer engineers, polymer technologists has come up with a polymer modification by adhesion promoter, because reflection from a metal substrate and reflection from a plastic substrate is entirely different. Absorption to the plastic substrate is more as compared to the metal portion, and due to which the sheen was been different. So though the same color shade, same color paint which was being used onto and the metal body, you could able to now paint it on the plastic body just by addition of chemistry to an material, and which is called as a grafting technology, which comes into the picture, and the grafted polymers was being utilized for making it in such a bumpers. So that was the scenario where the metal bumpers were there, then there was a black color bumpers, and now the body colored bumpers. And now if you see, due to the design flexibility and all, many different fitments and the flexibility, you can do it and customize the bumper. You can make it with different fitments attached to, and which is could able to gaining up and more consumption of a plastic body into and the bumper segment. Though this handles everybody could able to see it very clearly, which was been made out of a metal. Though the last one, it looks like a metal, but it is not a metal body. It is a chrome plated plastic handle. One or two is shown here, the body color handles. Here it was a distinctly away. The body color was whatever it was, but you are always a steel color handle. And there was a great chance that if a large amount of water accumulation, though it has been used as a stainless steel, but due to a water accumulation between the metal sheet and a stainless steel, the corrosion started and it percolates further. And due to which a nearby area to your car handle gets easily corroded. Though your stainless steel handle will not get corroded, but due to water accumulation and percolation of ferrous to ferric, it gives you an corrosion propagation, which is not been feasible here into and this plastic part, because plastics are non-corrosive. It won't allow to corrosion to corrosion to percolate. And coating is the material which is not allowing this metal part to corrode. So you don't find it and any corrosion marks, flow marks near to the handles, which was been very easily noticed previously. That is a one way. And second one, which is called it as an decorative plastics. And this decorative plastic concept is come with a different treating technology, like one is adhesion promoters one way, then plasma treatment, and few more, by which you can coat a plastic with a chrome, and you can get it in the same feel of a chrome handle, though it is a plastic handle. So you have saved it on economy, but aesthetically you could not able to compress because of the plastic could able to adhere to the chrome, and that way it goes in. Similarly, here is also a door panels. The door panels, which was initially metal and some leather or some textile material was being used as an interiors, where this is completely converted into the plastic body. And this plastic body are PPCP, which is a copolymer of polypropylene or acrylonitrile butadiene styrene. And whenever you want to paint it or you want to make it colored, and also you enhances the polarity of a plastics. And why it is so? Because inks or a coating material are polar. To go for an polar adhesion is better than that of a non-polar to polar. So that polar adhesion, if you want to enhance through, so you utilize a certain polymers like styrenics, which has a good polarity, and by that way you can easily decorate your plastic articles. So by this way, the door panels are, and the most important part and most the most advancement part, which could able to only possible because of the plastic body, is nothing but an the instrument panel, the dashboard panel. It is not the complete dashboard is with the plastics that we all know, but the panel completely with the digit, with the knobs, with the needle, with the speedometers, all segments are made out of an plastics, and due to which you could able to go for a better precision also, because, and one is completely electrical proof and a thermal proof, and you could able to get it as a better gripping also onto and these panels. You can easily go onto a soft feel, which is not been possible with the metal body, which was not been possible with the wooden body, but it is possible with the plastic body, because you have the material like silanes, siloxanes, like vinyl trimethoxysilanes, VTMS, GPTMS, MPTMS. These are the materials which are being easily coat or easily blend with the plastics and convert a slightly roughened one, or whatever the feel of that plastics used, which was a TPU, thermoplastics urethanes, or a PPCP, which you convert into a soft fill portion. The soft fill will give you a more comfort of driving, more amount of time which you could able to spend it on to and steering without any trouble or any heat transfer and all that way. So this is the way by which the plastics has given the more advancement to the automotive, and that's why the market has been growing it. Whole genesis of mine telling to you is that please do think about as a polymer not only for the packaging or carry bags or certain injection molded articles or containers. The main a great amount of segment is automotive, great amount of advancement in design as well as in materials, and materials advancement is going into an automotive sector. This is the weather strip, and this weather strip, which we all know, is the a black color strip which fitted onto a metal part, and between that the glass gets slide over up and down as many as time it will be, but it won't scratch the glass. So that's why you make it from certain elastomeric material, which is might be an PVC nitrile or PVC NBR or whatever amount of, but it's a TPE type, which is thermoplastic elastomers type. And just to keep a glass quality intact, it should not have any scratches. It should not give you any kinds of I mean, it will stuck between the weather strip, and also you could not able to slide the window easily. You require a more amount of energy to slide the window up and down. By that way, you do a flocking. Flocking is like your Velcro type. So you do the flocking inside the portion of the trim, and then the glass will touch onto a flock. And that is possible just because of the plastic was being a part. Metal you cannot make it a flock. The flocking is possible onto an plastic parts, and that's why the uniqueness which is been there for the flocking is like TPE. So TPE was being used. But when TPE was being used, the basic constitution was a PVC, polyvinyl chloride. And polyvinyl chloride, with the norms of European norms or many other automotive norms, is not allowing a chlorinated material or chlorine based material to be used due to toxicity, skin irritation, and many more. So the advancement come into, and this such a weather strip is called as an TPV, thermoplastic vulcanizers. And this thermoplastic vulcanizers is again a different class of a material from a plastic, definitely yes, but different class of a material, which is called as a polypropylene and then EPDM, ethylene propylene diene monomer type of rubbers. And this TPPDM, TPE to TPV change, we have we don't say that it's been founded by us, but we all ICTians can take a definitely pride on it. We could able to develop it in ICT, and even there are certain fitments available with that way. It's like we have replaced PVC nitrile with PPPDM. And even a flock, which was a nylon-based flockings, the flocks are generally a nylons which gets adhered by using a hot melt adhesives, acrylic-based or urethanated adhesives, whichever, but adhesives which apply onto a plastic part and then you spread a flock onto it. And that flock is a cushioning effect that is also been replaced by nowadays with one more type of material, which is also an advancement into an automotive part, is like a silicone strap. A silicone strap stick onto and this plastic body, and due to an silicone is a softer material, it keeps the quality of the glass intact and it grips the glass much firmly as compared to the flock. And flock may reduce its density of a flocking over the period of usage, whereas and the silicone will work till the age of the integral part, which is a glass, an integral fitment, which is a glass. The silicone strap over the TPV is the recent development, and the generally high-end cars currently been coming up non-flocked with silicone strap. And silicone has a better flexibility, silicone has a good weatherability, silicone has a good water resistance, silicone won't get hydrolyzed in presence of moisture. By that way, this material enhancement reaches to a different set of application to an automotive. Then you have seen it, the PVC leather cloth, which is, you call it as an artificial leather or a resin, which is now been completely replaced by urethanes. And urethanes are much softer feel, much better feel, as well as the softness and flexibility, and the tear resistance is better. So when you stitch it, which is based on the plastisol based technology, but where you have used it in polyurethane, you can easily stitch out where the tearing will not happen, and your intact of your design and the performance will be because of the PU. So such applications, sub material, which you, if we digged out more into and the plastics and polymers, we'll come to know that there is a much more advancement which has been going on, and we can be a part of that advancement as a researcher, and we can develop it as such a material. We all can work on to such an area where the larger segment is going in. This is a one picture which just flashed it here to give you some information, is like information rather the performance of a plastic in such a way that if you hammer a glass or if you hit the glass with any force, it shatters. So the shattering is a damage of the glass, and which cut into a number of pieces and which may cause to some injury. Whereas on the laminated glasses, where the plastic film is pasted between the glass, by which whenever the glass is hit by any force, definitely it has a tendency to shatter, but it won't get it discrete format, it won't get it separate out, it will stick to that. So there won't be any harmful, there won't be any injury to a person sitting inside or whatever it is. So that way, that film, putting it inside a glass was not that simple, because the nucleating effects you supposed to give it to an plastics, because transparency of a glass, which is a borosilicate, should not hamper by putting it and layer or laminates of the plastics. So a clarification of a plastics, though clarifiers, nucleating agents, that amount of research, technology, additive development came into the picture, and now we reached to these applications. Still, there is a 3% light cut by using these laminated glasses. If enhancement into and transparency of a polyvinyl butyrol or such material, if you can enhance the transparency of such material, it will enlarge the market not only to the windshield but to and many other applications of a window glasses and all, where the plastic can pierce. So as I've said, not only the part of the engine, the complete engine or the complete engine part, not only the fitment, could able to possible because of a plastic materials new and development or a research by which you could able to come up with a certain specialty plastics like ether sulfone, polyphenol sulfone, ether ketone, polyetheramides, imides. That way you could able to reach to a property which is better than that of a metal and the alloys. So by that way, you have a great amount of potential to be put in automotive sector by knowing it and polymer or to work it onto an polymer. These 41 different polymers I have just listed, which I mean, feel so to be give you as in just a data bank. These many polymers are been going into an automotive. There might be few more or few more advancement or a composition or a blending or alloy. By that way, you can reach to one more application to an automotive, and that will be again a new more area of application. So with this, after 45 minutes exact, I've completed my talk. Whatever I want to give it to you as a brief about an automotive sector where the polymers involvement is. I try to do it. So I've done it from my side now.
Thank you, Professor Maske.
Yes.
Thank you for such a wonderful talk. It was quite informative and useful. It started from general discussion on polymer use and developed towards its specific use as well. For example, you have covered a lot of information on the historical change in cars, automotive cars. That is from a gradual change from metal to plastic. Maybe internal parts such as body bonnet or external parts such as car bumpers, handles, doors, or even central console. That was very, very useful, sir. Apart
Okay.
from that, apart from that, despite being very specific in nature, the talk was very comprehensive as well, sir. Thank you for such a comprehensive talk,
Thank you.
and thank you for making us know that polymer is not only for bags and
Yes.
other things, but also for the designs and materials. Thank you, sir. Now,
Thank you.
if you permit me, I will open this floor for the discussion. If
Yeah,
anyone,
I'm most welcome for anything which I could able to justify the answer. I'll be happy to do so.
sure, sir. So the floor is open for everyone. Please, if you have any question, queries, or clarification, you can go ahead now.
Sir, Maske sir, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Deshmukh, Professor Deshmukh.
I know. Yeah, sir. Tell me.
I have one question.
Yeah.
What if any such vehicle catches fire? Is there any fire retardant material is also added to these polymeric composites or polymeric material which is used?
Yes, sir. I mean, definitely is a right set of question from a right set of a person who also works it into an polymers. The angle of polymer is a polymer physics, but definitely Professor Deshmukh is also working in polymers area in ICT. Definitely, certain polymers which are being used are inherently fire retardant, like vinyl chloride, polyvinyl chloride, PVC, PVDC, then certain brominated material which are a fire retardant inherently. If it is not, then one of the norms in automotive is like you should supposed to have it an a V0 rating, which is like if it catches a fire, it's supposed to extinguish. It should not percolate the fire, and as well as it should not generate the smoke. So smoke density should be less than that of a 1% or 2% based on an interior or exterior part. And it should be completely fire retardant, which is possible by adding certain additives, which is from halogenated portion, and certain norms in European norms, no halogenated ones. So generally ATS type materials are being used to make it this as an fireproof.
Okay. And along with just I am adding to your talk that whatever percentage of plastics polymers is used, even the rubber is also used. Rubber
Yeah.
skates and the tires and all those things. So
Yeah.
that is also a polymer material.
Yeah, as a considering as a polymer as a word, rubbers are also the part of it.
Yeah.
But here the polymers which I'm talked about is like adhesive coatings and plastics. I mean specifically, but considering that, then the percentage goes much higher.
Percentage will increase further.
Yes, yes.
Wonderful talk, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, here,
Hello, sir.
Dr. Girit Joshi.
Yes,
I
sir.
would like to, how are you, sir? Very nice talk.
I'm fine.
And
I'm
I would
fine,
like
sir.
to ask you one question. You look at the entire vehicle. There is a, you can say, principle of thermal management. You are managing through your materials. That is the base, which is the plastics or materials you are using inside or outside. So there are materials which you restrict some heat flow, and there are materials which you can expose to pass the thermal flux also.
Yes.
How do you manage to improve the thermal flux propagation through the polymer materials?
Okay. Yes, sir. So as we know, all plastics are inherently bad conductor of heat and electricity, but by making it an additive effect to the plastics, you can make it the plastics conductive. So whenever you want to go for an application where the heat absorption should supposed to dissipate further to keep the temperature controlled, there the conductive type of effect or conductive type of polymers was being used as an application. And conductivity to the polymers can be, can be given by putting it in certain specific or performing additive mixed to an optimal or threshold concentration, the amount of conductivity you need. Then that conductivity may be a thermal conductivity or electrical conductivity based on to an application where the plastic part goes in. Right, Joshi sir?
Yes, but thermal is different than the electrical one.
Yes, it is always and different than that of an electrical one. That's
energy agencies are different from physics point of view.
So even for sir, thermal and electrical both are different in terms of any materials point of view. So whenever you want to go for a thermal conductivity based, you need to have it an additive effect, and even in electrical way also, or some kind of conjugation based material which you want to add into, by which you will get it that conductivity.
Okay. Thank you, sir. It was a wonderful exposure to our Jalna students.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, Ayush, right?
Yes, sir. So my question was, like the electric vehicles are now in trend. So how the plastics used in automotive electric vehicles will be different from traditional IC vehicles?
Yes, the plastics utilization into a traditional vehicles and electrical vehicles, considering the interior, exterior, and certain applications related to the part where it is not been integral part of the engine remains the same. There won't be any change. Whatever amount of TPE, TPV, vulcanizers which you have been using for conventional vehicles are being using same for the electrical vehicles. Only the specification wise the plastic requirement changes when the plastic is going to an engine part or a fitment to an engine part. And there the breakdown voltage, arc resistance, these are the specification on which your plastic should be performed well. Which may not be that crucial. I'm not saying there should be a leniency into an utilization in conventional way, but there won't be in that amount of voltage generation to run the vehicle. So there the requirement will be lesser. In this case, it will be higher. So there in that case, the thermoset type of resins, thermoset type of materials is going into a better segment, which are phenolics, epoxies, and esters, which are unsaturated esters, not a saturated esters like PETs, PBT, and PTTs. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Atharva.
Yes, sir. So actually, I wanted to discuss means you have given a very good information about the automotive sector, the materials used in automotive sector. Sir, are there any differences differences for the aerospace related materials? Means I think means as the means from an imagination point of view, just I'm not confirmed about this, but as a rocket goes into space, the temperature inversions are there in the atmospheric layer. So is it something that degrades the material properties while going in? So I just wanted to ask about it.
Yeah. Atharva, there will be an entirely different polymers goes into an aerospace application than that of the automotive parts. The aerospace application, maximum plastics which are been going into, there also the amount of polymers going is also in very high in demand. And that plastics are specialty plastics. And the plastics which we talked about in automotive sectors are engineering thermoplastics more. So specialty plastics, where I have given you an example of the sulfones and ketones, imides and amides, where I have given you some picture related to the engine part. That kind of polymers is going into an aerospace, and there the phase change will be such a high, such a huge difference that to be in a very less amount of time, it changes that temperature. So there the delta T difference are very high, and that is into a shorter time. So the requirement of the plastics is entirely different. The chemistry of the plastics is different. They are generally a sulfones or a ketones type of material is going, not a simple hydrocarbons.
So basically to sustain the thermal shock that is been experienced by the material,
Yes.
the bulky groups like sulfones and imides are used for the polymer to be more sustainable, right, sir?
Yeah, or due to an conjugation, the dissociation of the atom, dissociation of the ions are not that feasible easily just by the breaking of any or formation of any free radicals, such kind of material. For example, I'll give you the aeroplane is also been painted and your car is also been painted, right? So both are
Yes,
the
sir.
painted metals. So, and the paint which is applied onto and the aircraft and the paint applied onto and your vehicle, though both are comes from the acrylic or urethanes. I am not saying there will be a sulfone based paint, there will be an urethane based paints, but to make it an urethane based paints, then there will be an ether polyol based polyesters will be utilized. And here the polyester polyol based chemistry will be utilized much more. Then the silane based, which is a urethane which has been grafted or modified by using silanes. So that kind of binders or that kind of paint binders are being used in aerospace, and normal urethanated or acrylated binders are being used into an automotive. So both the way I've talked about, and polyurethanes is one of the ingredient, but their chemistry, ether and ester type becomes different. Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to add something in this. Because of this deployable class of polymers which are of engineering interest, perhaps more hybridized configuration are being done with those kind of engineering plastic, and they can be expected a very desirable high objective for that particular application. So
Yes.
maybe the class of hybrid plastics, which you can induct such hybrid materials with a different organic, inorganic pillars with the host system, and then that will perform your air, or you can say deployable applications.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do agree with your suggestion.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Atal. Thank you.
Sir,
Yes, Sarang.
yes, sir. I want to ask that, sir. We oftenly see the scaling at PVC water pipes or water equipment.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, sir, how we can overcome that in automobile sector?
Oh, okay. So PVC, which you have seen it, the scale formation generally into the irrigation pipes or construction-based pipes, which are been used to take away the water from the ceilings and all that way. Agreed, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then the PVC used into an automotive, that kind of corrosion mask, you won't able to see it. You mean to say that way, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Both agreed, Sarang, and it's a good one to be. It's a polyvinyl chloride, so it is nothing but an CH2CHCl type of, I mean, the simple chemistry, CCl bond chemistry it is. But one of the material which has been PVC gets stabilized because PVC is a non-melting material. It is a sintering material. It gets fuses, and that way you require a certain additive package to be added for PVC, which is a heat stabilizer, plasticizers, and many more, which gets migrate into this because the loading of that kind of plasticizers are from phthalate side, which is an octyl or butyl phthalate type. Whereas when the PVC goes into an automotive sector, generally are not been plasticized just by an octyl or butyl. There might be a certain portion of octyl and butyl, but there will be a supplementary plasticizers from succinate types and different types of plasticizer, which are vegetable oil-based plasticizers. And the additive, the stabilizations are tin-based stabilizers as a heat stabilizer, not a lead-based stabilizers. So the stabilization package of automotive-based PVCs are different than that of your irrigation or plumbing pipes which are being used. Again, the food grade PVC pipes also you won't find it in any kinds of corrosion marks because there the automotive formulation similar types are being used in there.
So, sir,
Right,
the
Sarah?
stabilizing, sir. So, sir, the stabilizing cost is more or less means.
The stabilization cost will be more in automotive as compared to this because the requirement and the usage is also entirely different. Here it is like a fitment. There it becomes a part of it. You have used it in PVC tubes from carbureted to an cooling jacket, whatever. So it is a functional part. Here you have utilized for as an supply or transportation. So it becomes a discrete, which you can cut it that portion or you can remove that portion and fit it new, where in this case the complete engine has to be stopped. So that way it becomes an integral part of the functioning. There it becomes a discrete. So it is the stabilization cost in automotive is double or triple than that of the normal PVC stabilization in commercial applications.
Thank you, sir. Got it.
Good, Sarang.
Yeah, any more questions? All right.
Hello.
Then. Yeah, please, ma'am.
Sir, how the plastic material which is used in automobile industry it's recycled?
Okay. The plastic material which has been used into an automotive sector, which is without the metal inserts only can be recycled. With the metal inserts, till time the recyclability is not been feasible from the automotive parts. The recycling of any thermoplastics, the way it is, the same way the automotive parts will be recycled. But more automotive recycling is slightly difficult because generally, if you want to fit the bonnet onto the metal body, you need to have it in metal inserts. So metal inserts is diverting that recyclability of the plastics down. So generally, shredding of that plastics is been the primary requirement of the automotive as compared to the flexible packaging or other packaging material or other polymeric material. That's the only difference. Otherwise, the recycling, mechanical recycling is a reprocessability by giving the heat and shear. Chemical recycling by any kinds of aminolysis, glycolysis, hydrolysis remains the same for same recycling process. And the last one, which is the most advanced technique, which India is not been currently using in a greater respect. I am saying not greater respect. We are been using it. Certain plants are there in India also, but very few. But all Western country people are using SSP, which is called solid state polymerization, is one of the process to convert automotive plastics into an recycle. Are you clear on that, Nanda? Okay.
Okay, Kapil sir, conclude it if no more question is there.
Yeah, sure, sir. So if there are no questions, then we can conclude the session here.
Okay.
Thank you, Professor Maske, for such a
Thank
wonderful
you.
talk.
Thank
And
you.
I'm sure,
Yeah.
if you
Please
have
go.
questions, you can directly contact him because he's our own professor from ICT Mumbai.
Yeah, anytime you can write me a mail on my email address, and no worries on that. Thanks for patient listening too. So thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
Thank you, sir.
take care of you.